Swami Itina Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratvishe Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manubhishtam Stapitam Dinabhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadam Tikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Sri Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchane Gorangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Aripriye Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Itaya Cha Jagadikaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namah Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Thank you for inviting me to have your association.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for this time.
My time you're actually giving some meaning to my time, and I wish I can have more of these discussions with the devotees. The reason being that, as you know, we are worshipping Srila Prabhupada as our spiritual master, and in the temples of the Bangalore group of temple, this worship of Srila Prabhupada is exclusive. And though we respect everyone, but our worship is directed to His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, as per his desire and expressed wish that everyone who comes to Krishna consciousness who is serious to understand the principles of Bhagavad Dharma can approach Srila Prabhupada through his representatives and take initiation from him, and under the guidance of the devotees and his own guidance. It is not that Prabhupada guidance is not available. As a matter of fact, Srila Prabhupada is always very much present in his books, and is present in his lectures, and is present in his transcendental murti form that we have in the temple. So Srila Prabhupada is available. People think here in Mayapur, unfortunately, Prabhupada is worshipped, but
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी
Hare Krishna.
प्रभु जी थोड़ा थोड़ा हिंदी में भी अनुवाद कर रही है
Follow.
कर रहे हैं हिंदी में भी कर रहे हैं
You speak
प्रभु जी
now.
कह रहे हैं कि प्रभुपाद जी जो हैं, हाँ जी सुनिए अभी। तो प्रभु जी कह रहे हैं कि प्रभुपाद जी की कृपा से प्रभु जी मायापुर में धाम में रह रहे हैं, और प्रभुपाद जी आज भी कर रहे हैं, आज भी संगति दे रहे हैं। प्रभुपाद जी जरूरी नहीं है कि हम प्रभुपाद जी से शारीरिक रूप से साथ में रहें। प्रभुपाद जी हमारे साथ में हैं, उनकी वाणी के द्वारा, उनकी पुस्तकों के द्वारा और उनकी दिव्य मूर्ति के द्वारा जो मंदिरों में स्थापित होती हैं। आज भी प्रभुपाद जी हमारी बात सुनते हैं और हमारे को अपने प्रश्नों के उत्तर देते हैं। तो प्रभुपाद जी की दिव्य लीला चल रही है, लेकिन कुछ ऐसे स्थान हैं जहां पर प्रभुपाद जी को गुरु के रूप में नहीं माना जाता है। प्रभुपाद जी को परम गुरु के रूप में माना जाता है, पूर्व आचार्य के रूप में माना जाता है। लेकिन हम उन बातों की तरफ न जाते हुए, we will not go in that direction. We will continue with our spiritual discussion. Thank you. हरे कृष्णा। हिंदी में आप I will translate in between हिंदी। प्रभु जी।
So this is very important that we associate with like-minded devotees. This is very important. And unfortunately, here in Mayapur, I don't have that much of an opportunity, because everybody, though everything is there, the chanting of the holy name is there, the worship of the deity is there, Prasad distribution is there, Harinam is there, but the conclusion is not right. The conclusion is not right because the Bhagavatam, our philosophy, Vaishnava philosophy, is that we must associate, we must take shelter of a Maha Bhagavatam. Unfortunately, Prabhupada's disciple disobeyed Srila Prabhupada and started initiating disciples on their own, when they were actually meant to initiate disciples on behalf of Srila Prabhupada. So this is very important, association. Association means like-minded. Srila Prabhupada said association means 2 or 200. 2 or 200. If there are 2 devotees and they are like-minded, that is association. If there are 200 devotees and they are not like-minded, that is not association.
यस,
So this
वेरी
is
नाइस। तो प्रभु जी ने बताया कि संगति, एसोसिएशन, साधु संग, कि अगर दो एक जैसे सोच वाले, विचार वाले, चेतना वाले अगर 2 भी भक्त हैं तो वो 200 के बराबर है। लेकिन अगर 200 भक्त हैं लेकिन उनकी चेतना बराबर नहीं है, अगर वो एक जैसे विचार वाले, सोच वाले नहीं हैं, तो वो काम के नहीं हैं। तो हम सब लोग एक जैसे हैं और प्रभुपाद जी के शिष्य हैं, ये हम लोग साथ में हैं, ये बहुत अच्छी बात है।
So you all understand this is transcendental association with the spiritual master is not based upon the physical presence, though physical presence is there for some time at least, for some people, but not for everybody. So how do we associate with the spiritual master? We see that during Srila Prabhupada's physical presence, many devotees who took initiation from Srila Prabhupada never met Prabhupada, never received a single direct instruction from Prabhupada. But they were not excluded from the association of His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada because they were following the principles and the system that Srila Prabhupada created in his ISKCON. That system is still going on. So we should never feel that we are separated from Srila Prabhupada. Rather, even Prabhupada himself, he had physical association with his Gurudev, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada, maybe 10, 12 times. And but nonetheless, because he was fixed in the fulfilling the instruction of his spiritual master, he carried out that instruction and single-handedly went to United States of America at the ripe age of 70 years. And through very serious difficulties that he had to undergo, still he was able to establish an international society. He was able to attract many persons, devotees, to come and join. And gradually they understood the principles, at least the basic principle of Krishna consciousness, and helped His Divine Grace to establish temples, not only in the United States, in Europe, and by the time Srila Prabhupada left this world in 1977, at least 108 temples were established. And personally, he established the temples here in India, especially these 4 temples, Mayapur, Vrindavan, Hyderabad, and Bombay. These are the 4 temples that Srila Prabhupada personally supervised the construction. So Prabhupada wanted, even though Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami, his Gurudev, sent him to unite to the English-speaking world, and Prabhupada fulfilled that desire, that instruction, but Prabhupada had his own plan. What was that plan? He wanted the Indians to take up this Krishna consciousness. Because he saw that the Indians have a great potential. have a great potential, but it was misused because of the influence of the Western mentality. And the Indians, they were becoming disillusioned by all these so-called gurus and religious leaders of India, and they embraced materialism as their way of life. Please, you can translate now.
यस प्रभु जी, थैंक यू सो मच। तो प्रभु जी बता रहे हैं कि ये शारीरिक रूप से कि गुरु के पास में ही होना है, गुरु जी के आसपास ही रहेंगे हम तो इस्कॉन में कुछ जगह ऐसा हुआ है कि वो एक शारीरिक गुरु की आवश्यकता बताते हैं और प्रभुपाद जी को पूर्व आचार्य बताते हैं। लेकिन प्रभुपाद जी के जीवन में भी अगर देखा जाए तो प्रभुपाद जी अपने गुरु महाराज से, भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती महाराज से मात्र अपने पूरे जीवन काल में 4 से 5 बार ही मिल पाए थे। लेकिन वो उनकी शिक्षाओं को, उनके संदेश को, उनके मैसेज को पूरी तरह से जीवन में उतार दिए थे और उन्हीं की आज्ञा को लेकर के वो भारत से बाहर गए थे अमेरिका में, जहाँ प्रचार करने के लिए। और प्रभुपाद जी ने वहाँ संस्था स्थापित की। प्रभुपाद जी वहां से आए और प्रभुपाद जी को भारत के लोगों में बहुत सामर्थ्य दिखता था। इस कारण से चाहते थे कि भारतीय लोग जो है इसका प्रचार करें और अच्छे से इन ग्रंथों को, प्रभुपाद जी की शिक्षाओं को समझें। तो प्रभुपाद जी ने शुरुआत में भारत में 4 मंदिर बनाए थे, वृंदावन, बॉम्बे, हैदराबाद एंड मायापुर। ये प्रभुपाद जी द्वारा स्थापित मंदिर है जिसके माध्यम से प्रभुपाद जी भारत में प्रचार कार्यक्रम शुरू किए थे। थैंक यू प्रभु जी।
Hare Krishna. So this Srila Prabhupada, this message of Srila Prabhupada is the message of Krishna. Srila Prabhupada did not change a single word or a single comma from what Krishna taught to Arjuna. This is called parampara. Evam parampara praptam imam rajashayo vidu sa kaleniya mahata jogo nashta parantapa. So this parantapa, this parampara is coming directly from Krishna. Krishna, actually, Balaram is the Adi Guru, Krishna is the Adi Guru. There is no difference between Balaram and Krishna. But he expands as Balaram, and Balaram is actually the Adi Guru. And this knowledge is coming down in this chain of disciplic succession. And through so many wonderful Vaishnavas like Krishna, Narada, Brahma, Narada, Vyasa, Madhvacharya, and so many other acharyas down to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so many other acharyas were there up to Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, and then our Srila Prabhupada, and see Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada. So this knowledge is not new. It's not something new. This system is not something new. It's not a concoction. It's not, nowadays everybody has his own ideas. We must do this, we must do that. These are all fruits basically of some misguided mind. But this Krishna consciousness philosophy is eternal, is coming from Krishna. Golokera prema dhana Harinam Sankirtan. It's not something that is created or invented. It's not the fruit of some imagination. It is an eternal truth that has been given to us by the Lord Himself. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which says, Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Goratvishe Namo Namaha. This Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is none other than Krishna himself, he came to establish the Sanatana Dharma, the Yuga Dharma, which is the chanting of the holy name of Krishna. The Lord saw that in this age of Kali, people were not equipped to understand philosophy. They were not equipped to perform tapasyas because of the influence of this age, which is very difficult. This is a very difficult. Kalir dosha nide rajan is an ocean of faults. Kalir doshanide rajan eko asti mahadguna. But though it is an ocean of fault, there is one mahadguna, one great quality is Krishna eva Krishna sya mukta sangha param braja. Kirtanad eva Krishnasya. Kirtanad eva Krishnasya. This chanting of the holy name of Sri Krishna is the quality that the Lord has invested all of his potencies in this chanting of the holy name. Nam nam makari bauda nija sharva shakti. Nija sharva shakti, all sarva shakti, all the potency of the Lord are manifested in his own nama. This chanting of the holy name is not some sound, materialistic sound. It is not like, just suppose you want to eat something, just by speaking the word, let's say laddu. If you say laddu, 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 you cannot be satisfied simply by calling the word laddu, because the sound of the word laddu and the substance laddu are different. Therefore, if you want satisfaction from eating laddu, you must eat the laddu itself. Simply by singing the name laddu, you cannot become satisfied. This is the material condition of life, because the substance and the name of that substance are separate. But the name of Krishna and Krishna himself are not different. That is the transcendental realm. Krishna, his qualities, his form, his paraphernalia, his abode, his devotees, they're all sharing the same eternal quality, which is Satchit Ananda. So this is something, this Harinam Sankirtan is the gift of Sri Krishna, Prabhu. You can translate, Prabhu.
यस प्रभु जी। तो प्रभु जी बहुत ही सुंदर बात बताए हैं कि ये कलयुग चल रहा है, और कलयुग जैसा कि हम समझ चुके हैं ये दोषों का सागर है। परीक्षित महाराज को सुखदेव गोस्वामी जी बता रहे हैं, कलेर दोष निधे राजन, हे राजन ये कलयुग तो दोषों का सागर है, और लेकिन फिर भी इसमें एक महान गुण है, कीर्तना व कृष्ण से मुक्त संग परम व्रजेत, कि अगर कोई कृष्ण नाम का कीर्तन करेगा, हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र का कीर्तन करेगा, तो वो भगवत धाम को प्राप्त हो जाएगा, भगवान के पास चला जाएगा। तो ये कलयुग में इतने दोष हैं, बहुत सारी समस्या है, लेकिन फिर भी हमारे ऊपर भगवान ने कृपा की है कि हम प्रतिदिन हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र का जप कर सकते हैं। और भगवान का नाम अलग अलग नहीं है, जैसे लड्डू नाम और लड्डू अलग अलग हैं। लड्डू 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 बोलने से लड्डू का स्वाद नहीं आएगा और पेट नहीं भरेगा, लेकिन भगवान कृष्ण का नाम बोलेंगे तो कृष्ण हमारे साथ में रहेंगे, क्योंकि कृष्ण का नाम और कृष्ण अलग अलग नहीं है। नाम और नामी, नाम मतलब भगवान का नाम, और नामी मतलब किसका नाम, भगवान का नाम, ये अलग अलग नहीं है। हमारे केस में हमारा नाम और हम अलग अलग है, लेकिन भगवान का नाम, भगवान का गुण रूप लीला सब कुछ दिव्य है, एक ही है, सब कुछ पूजनीय है। तो ये भगवान की विशेष कृपा कि कलयुग में और उन्होंने अपनी सारी शक्ति अपने नाम में डाल दी है। नाम नाम अकारी बहुधा निज सर्वशक्ति, भगवान ने अपनी सारी शक्ति इस नाम में डाली है, इसलिए हमें प्रतिदिन नाम जप करना चाहिए पूरे विश्वास के साथ। थैंक यू प्रभु जी।
Yes. Unfortunately, in this age of Kali, as explained by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in that very verse, Nam nam makari baudani sarva shakti tatarpita nyamita smaranena kala etadrishita vakripa bhagavam mamapi durdvaivam idrishami ajani nanura. Durdvaivam. Though the Lord has come himself directly in his Naam, and he has invested all his Shakti in the holy name, and has made it very easy in this age that simply by chanting Harinam, you don't have to do anything. In past ages, people had to go to the forest, they had to perform severe austerities, which it is impossible for us, inhabitants of this planet in this age of Kali, to perform. The severe austerities performed by the acharyas or by the yogis, these are impossible for us to perform. So how can we attain spiritual freedom? How can we go back home, back to God? How can we become free from this bodily concept of life? So Mahaprabhu made it very easy, but he said, Dudvaivam idrishami yajani narula. But I'm so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them. We are so unfortunate that our attraction is for material achievements. We want to achieve so many different goals in this material world, which are ephemeral, which have no real substance. Therefore, Vidyam Vastavam Atravastu, Vidyam Vastavam Atravastu Shivadam Tapatraya Mulanam. These Tapatraya, these threefold miseries, the threefold miseries of this material nature. Because the real Vidyam Vastavam Atravastu, Vastavam Vastu, real substance. This material world is not real substance, just like a dream. When you are sleeping at night, you are having dreams, sometimes nightmares, and you are affected by these nightmares. Sometimes you are affected by very nice dreams. You have such a nice dream, you wake up and you wish, oh, I want to go back to sleep so I can continue with that beautiful dream that I had. And sometimes you have such nightmares that you don't want to go back to sleep because you feel that I may have the same or something worse nightmare than what I had before. So these are, though there is some substance, because these dreams, they affect you, but there is no real substance because they are simply the creation of our mind. So similarly, this material world, though there is some substance, but because it is temporary, it has a beginning and an end. It stays for some time, and then it will be destroyed. So there is no real substance. Really, real substance is not there. We are simply chasing a nightmare. Actually, it is a nightmare because Krishna says, Jatasya idruvo mrityu dhruvam janma mritasya cha. One who is born, he must die. So that fear of death is always incumbent. There is always upon us that when will I die? And nobody wants to die. That is the problem. Nobody wants to die. Everybody wants to live forever. But that is not accepted. My dear sir, it's time to get out. You get out. Finished. That is the law. That is the law of nature. So it is, despite knowing that we have to die, still we try to enjoy these material activities, thinking that there is some substance. So Mahaprabhu is explaining that acting as if he himself is affected by that ignorance, that though the Lord has invested all of his potency in the chanting of the holy name, still I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them. This is our material condition. This is our miserable condition. This is our unfortunate position in this material world, that we have no attraction for spiritual activities, and therefore we are simply swimming in this kalir doshani de rajan, in this ocean of material existence, birth after birth. So please translate. Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu, it is long to translate.
No, you give us some.
Yeah. तो प्रभु जी बता रहे हैं ये भौतिक संसार जो है उससे हमें मुक्त होना है। बार बार की जो ट्रबल है, सफरिंग है, इन सब से मुक्त होना है हमें। चैतन्य महाप्रभु की विशेष कृपा है कि हम सब लोग कृष्णा कॉन्शियसनेस का अभ्यास कर पा रहे हैं। और हाँ, जैसा कि भागवत में शुरुआत में ही बताया गया, जन्माद्यस्य तो अन्वयादितरतश्चार्थेषु अभिघ्नस्वराट, भगवान जो है पूर्ण रूप से स्वतंत्र हैं, ऑल फ्री। एंड हमारे ऊपर, वी आर वेरी ब्लेस्ड, हमारे ऊपर बहुत अच्छी कृपा हुई है कि हम प्रभुपाद जी के भक्त बने हैं, शिष्य बने हैं, और हम हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र को प्रतिदिन जप कर पा रहे हैं। यस प्रभु जी।
Yes. So now it is up to us.
Yeah.
It is up to us. We have to make a decision in our own life. I made that decision when I was 19 years old. I came to India.
प्रभु जी कह रहे हैं कि हमें अपना डिसीजन खुद लेना होगा, अब ये समय आ गया है। प्रभु जी कह रहे, मैंने डिसीजन लिया था जब मैं 19 साल का था और मैं भारत आ गया था।
And the moment I met Srila Prabhupada or the devotees, that same day, I made that vow that I would follow these four regulative principles: no meat eating, no gambling, no intoxication, no illicit sex.
प्रभु जी कह रहे हैं कि जिस दिन प्रभुपाद जी से मिले थे, उसी दिन इन्होंने प्रण ले लिया था, उसी दिन, कि चारों नियम पालन करेंगे और कभी कोई गलत कार्य नहीं करेंगे। उसी दिन प्रण ले लिया था। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय।
Yeah. And Srila Prabhupada said it is not that of these four regulative principles, because materialistic in this world we are attached to sex life. We are attracted to the form of a woman. We are attracted to the idea of having a family, which does not go against the principle of Krishna consciousness. So Srila Prabhupada said if a person is attracted to the opposite sex, then he should act like a gentleman and take a wife and live with her and have nice Krishna conscious children and engage in activities to maintain the family, and with the spare time have a temple in their own house, and gradually that sex desire will diminish by the practice of Krishna consciousness. So we should not be pretender. We should not be pretender. Pretender is not accepted by Krishna. Krishna does not like pretenders. That a person may, we have seen in India also, unfortunately, so many so-called gurus, sannyasis, who misuse their position and use their position to attract the opposite sex, etc., etc. So this is, or engage in sinful activities like we have discussed before, illicit sex, gambling, intoxication, meat eating, etc. So we have to actually understand our own position, which is very precarious. It's a very precarious condition because one who is born, he is born to die. This is a fact. So if we take shelter
तो
of
प्रभु जी कह रहे हैं कि जो भी
yes, Prabhu.
प्रभु जी बता रहे हैं कि जो भी नियम वगैरह हैं वो हमें अच्छे से पालन करने हैं, और नहीं पालन कर रहे हैं तो जो वैदिक रूप से जो तरीका है उसका हमें पालन करना चाहिए, कि हम ऐसे नहीं कर पा रहे हैं तो इस तरह से करना है, तो उस तरह से करना चाहिए। गलत नियम, गलत तरीके से हमें जीवन यापन नहीं करना चाहिए, ऐसा प्रभु जी कह रहे हैं। और मैं अपनी स्थिति को समझना है कि मैं इस मटेरियल वर्ल्ड में, इस भौतिक जगत में हूँ, कितनी बहुत गलत जगह पे हूँ, दुखालय में हूँ, लेकिन फिर भी भगवान की कृपा है, प्रभुपाद जी की कृपा है कि हम हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र का जप कर पा रहे हैं। तो हमें कहीं ना कहीं डिसीजन लेना होता है कि अब हम भक्ति करें, अब हम आगे बढ़ें और इन नियमों को पालन करें।
So Sri Krishna is not forcing anyone. The Lord is so kind because Arjuna asked Krishna, Krishna, why don't you force someone? Make a law that we must obey. And Krishna says, what is the use of such a law? There
प्रभु
must
जी कह रहे हैं कि
be.
कृष्ण भगवान ने किसी को फोर्स नहीं किया। कृष्ण भगवान ने किसी को फोर्स नहीं किया कि तुम मुझे पालन करो, तुम मेरी आज्ञा को मानो। अर्जुन ने बोला भी आप बोल सकते हो इस तरह से कि आप जबरदस्ती आप फॉलो करो मुझे, नहीं, लेकिन भगवान कृष्ण ने उनको फ्री विल दी है, मुक्ति दी है, फोर्स नहीं किया।
Just like the government said, don't steal, don't cheat, don't commit murder, but still these things are going on. The laws are there, but our condition on this material world is that we break these laws. So Krishna told Arjuna that this, even in the material world, there are so many laws, but people don't care for the laws. So what is the point of me making a law that everybody must follow? Because we are by nature, we have some independence, some little independence. Krishna is the supreme independent. Krishna is supremely independent. But we are also, we are sharing the qualities of the Lord, just like gold and the small earring. The gold mine and earring, they have the same quality, but the earring is quantitatively different from the gold mine. So similarly, though we have the same nature of the Lord, and because the Lord is independent, we are also exercising some independence. But because we are not able to understand what is our good, just like the thief, he knows that if they get caught, I will go to jail. Still, he will steal.
तो प्रभु जी बता रहे हैं कि बहुत सारे नियम गवर्नमेंट बनाती हैं, बहुत सारे तरीके से उन नियमों को लोगों के ऊपर लागू करने की कोशिश करती है गवर्नमेंट, फिर भी लोग हैं जो नियम तोड़ते हैं, गलत काम करते हैं। तो ये सबकी स्वतंत्रता है, नियम बनाने के बाद भी लोगों के पास स्वतंत्रता रहती है। कृष्ण भगवान जो है वो परम स्वतंत्र है, और हम जो है छोटे से स्वतंत्र है, बहुत छोटे से स्वतंत्र है। हमारी जो फ्री विल है वो बहुत कम है। भगवान की फ्री विल जो है, भगवान की जो स्वतंत्रता है वो असीमित है। इसलिए भगवान हमें फोर्स नहीं करते हैं कि आपको इसी तरह से करना है। और इस तरह से संभव ही नहीं हो पाएगा कि फोर्स करेंगे तो हम पालन कर पाएंगे। नियम बना दिए हैं, उसके बाद स्वतंत्रता हमारी होती है कि हम पालन करते कि नहीं।
So it's up to us. We have to take charge of our own chariot. This is the chariot. This material body is like the chariot. And the senses are like the 5 horses. And the mind is like the reins of the chariot. Krishna is explaining this to Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita. And the person who is sitting in the chariot, he is the soul, the individual soul. Now, by hearing instructions from the Lord, we can guide this through the agency of the mind, and the mind can guide these the 5 senses and directing the chariot towards the ultimate goal of life. Or we can simply run around like madmen, trying to squeeze some material pleasure. It is all up to us. We have to take charge of ourselves. We have to take charge of our destiny. We cannot blame anybody but ourselves for our pains and pleasure. We cannot blame anybody. There is a very nice explanation of the Lord, because people blame Krishna that you have created this world, so you must have created evil also. But Krishna says no. Just like the example is that even though even though the rain is the cause of all vegetation, and this is a fact, without rain there cannot be any vegetation. So, but the varieties of the vegetation is not created by the rain. It is created by the seed. If you plant a bitter seed, you will have bitter fruit. If you plant a sweet seed like a papaya or a mango, you will get sweet fruit. So the rain is not the cause of your happiness in this of your vegetation, what you are growing. It is what you see, So similarly, Krishna is the cause of everything, but is not the cause of your happiness and distress. You are the cause of your happiness and distress. How you guide, what you plant in the ground. If you plant bitter seeds, you will have to taste a bitter fruit. You understand? This is very simple knowledge that anyone can easily understand. It is not where people say, oh, well, we don't believe in God, we don't believe in religion. This is not religion. This is a science. And this explanation of the Lord is, it's not fictitious. It is very practical. Therefore, we have to accept our own conditions. And this is something that which I did when I came to India in 1974, when I was traveling from Goa to Calcutta. I was very distraught because I was away from my so-called home, 8,000 miles, and I had no money in my
I will
pocket.
just, Prabhu, I will
Please.
just translate the previous one. तो प्रभु जी कह रहे हैं कि हमें अपने रथ की डोर अपने हाथ में लेनी होगी। हमें अपने रथ को अपने हाथ में लेकर के डिसाइड करना होगा कि मुझे क्या करना है। हमें अपने जीवन में अपने लक्ष्य को निर्धारित करना होगा। अ, हम ही अपने सुख दुख के कारण हैं, किसी और को हम कारण नहीं बोल सकते हैं। फिर प्रभु जी ने उदाहरण दिया कि रथ होते हैं, उसके 5 घोड़े होते हैं, उसमें है, उसकी जो रस्सियां है वो क्या है, मन है। और जो रस्सियों को पकड़ के सारथी जो रथ चला रहा है वो क्या है, बुद्धि है। और जो पीछे जो अंदर बैठा हुआ है व्यक्ति, जो रथ के अंदर, वो कौन है, आत्मा है। तो ये हमारे ऊपर निर्भर करता है। हमें अपने रथ का ड्राइवर, हमें अपने आप को अपने इस रथ का ड्राइवर बनाना है। हमें इस मन के द्वारा मिसलेड नहीं होना है। मन किधर भी लेके जा सकता है, इंद्रियां किधर भी लेके जा सकती हैं। हमें अपने आप को स्ट्रांग बनाना होगा। और जो भी सुख दुख आ रहे हैं उसके हम ही कारण हैं, कोई और कारण नहीं है। बहुत सुंदर उदाहरण दिया प्रभु जी ने, वेरी वेल एक्सप्लेन, वेरी नाइस एनोलॉजी। कि अगर बारिश होती है, यस, जो भी पेड़ पौधे जो कुछ भी होते हैं, सब्जियां वगैरह, वो सब बारिश से ही होते हैं। लेकिन वो अलग अलग प्रकार के जो पेड़ पौधे होते हैं वो किस कारण से होते हैं, जो सब बीज डालते हैं वैसे पौधे होते हैं। अगर मैंगो का बीज डालेंगे तो मैंगो होगा, अगर मिर्ची का बीज डालेंगे तो मिर्ची होगी। तो जैसा बीज डालते हैं वैसा वो पेड़ आता है। उसी प्रकार से भगवान सर्व कारण कारण में, कृष्ण सभी कारणों के कारण है। लेकिन हमारे सुख दुख के कारण हम ही हैं। हमने कभी ना कभी कुछ बीज बोया होगा, आज हम उसका फल भुगत रहे हैं। सो शैल यू रीप, सो शैल यू, क्या बोलते हैं पूरा,
As you sow, shall you reap.
हाँ, एज यू सो सो शैल यू रीप। तो जैसा आप बोते हैं वैसा ही प्राप्त करते हैं। इसके लिए कोई और कारण नहीं है, हम ही कारण है अपने सभी कर्मों के। और हमें अपने आप के जीवन की डोर अपने हाथ में लेनी होगी और सही दिशा में आगे बढ़ना होगा, डिसाइड करना होगा। प्रभु जी अब बताने जा रहे हैं कि जब वो 19 साल की उम्र में भारत आए थे, उन्होंने उसी समय डिसाइड कर लिया था। अब वो बता रहे थे गोवा से जा रहे प्रभु जी।
Yes. Are you finished?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, you were saying about now your trip from Kolkata, Goa.
Yes, at that time I was in a great dilemma because I had no money, I had no prospect of going back to Italy. I didn't like the idea of going back to Italy. I left Italy disgusted with the situation there, and I thought, what am I doing here in India? What is the goal of my being in India? Why am I suffering? Why my condition? And there is an internal turmoil because our tendency is to blame somebody else for our miseries. So I had this fight in my heart that who is the cause? Why am I suffering? Who is the cause of this suffering? And my mind was saying God is the cause of my suffering, but my intelligence was saying why should God cause my suffering? Uh, though I didn't know the knowledge of karma and spiritual consciousness, still my intelligence pushed my mind in accepting the fact that I am the cause of my own happiness and distress. So this is the beginning of spiritual life. Once we take
Yes, तो
responsibility,
प्रभु जी बता रहे,
yes,
तो प्रभु जी बता रहे हैं कि जब प्रभु जी, हाउ लॉन्ग यू वॉकड फ्रॉम विच प्लेस टू विच
I
प्लेस?
walked from Goa to Calcutta,
प्रभु जी गोवा से कलकत्ता पैदल गए हैं, सोच सकते हैं आप। हाउ मेनी किलोमीटर्स प्रभु जी इट इज?
about 2,000.
2000
Yes,
पैदल चले प्रभु जी। और हाउ मेनी डेज जर्नी इट वाज?
about 2 months.
2 महीना प्रभु जी रेगुलर चले हैं और गोवा से कलकत्ता गए हैं। और रास्ते में प्रश्न आ रहे थे कि मैं क्या करूं, मेरे को ये दुख क्यों आ रहे हैं, मेरे को कष्ट क्यों आ रहे हैं। इटली इन्होंने छोड़ दिया था, इटली नहीं जाना, इटली से परेशान हो गए थे। और प्रभु जी सोच रहे हैं मन ही मन में, भगवान इसका कारण है क्या, भगवान ने इतनी सारी परेशानी दे रखी है क्या, इतना सब कुछ सोच रहे हैं। फिर मन में आ रहा है, फिर विचार आ रहे हैं, फिर सोच रहे नहीं नहीं, मेरे ही कुछ कर्म रहे होंगे, मैंने ही कुछ ऐसा काम किया होगा, उसकी वजह से मुझे ये सब परेशानी झेलनी पड़ रही है। और इस प्रकार प्रभु जी जो है जिज्ञासा करना शुरू कर लिए। अथा तो ब्रह्म जिज्ञासा, आप कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि मैं कौन हूँ, मेरे जिंदगी के सफरिंग का कारण, दुखों का कारण कौन है, क्यों ये अमीरी गरीबी परेशानी सब क्यों आ रही है, ये सब प्रभु जी सोचने लग गए। इस प्रकार से प्रभु जी ने अपनी जीवन यात्रा शुरू की।
So this is the fact that we must take our responsibility. Everything. Even if you want to, if you want to actually come to the platform of spiritual life, you have to uh, retrace your steps, find out where the problem is, and the problem is that we are attracted to this material world. So we have to somehow or other, because once you accept the fact that you are the cause of your own miseries, and the Lord is in the heart, Sarvasya Chaham Ridi Sanivisto Matas Mritir Gyanam Aponamcha. The Lord Krishna says that I am situated in the heart of all living beings, and from me comes knowledge, remembrance, and forgetfulness. So, what do we want? Do we want to knowledge, we want to remember, or we want to forget? So Krishna is in our heart. He knows at the innermost core of our heart, our innermost intention, Bhavagrahi. Krishna is Bhavagrahi. He knows our deepest intentions. And accordingly, Krishna says, as you come to me, I reward you accordingly. So, what do we want in life? What do we want? This is most important question. Atato Brahma Jigyasa, that we have reached this human form of life. Now let us inquire about the nature of the eternal nature of ourselves. I used to always think when I was a young boy, why do I have to die? I don't want to die. Why I am forced to die? But I had no knowledge. Now when I came to Krishna consciousness, everything was clear. Everything was clear. Like in the morning, there I was in the night of darkness. And when I came to Srila Prabhupada was like the rising sun. And when the sun rises, your fear of ghosts, your fear of the night is dispelled. So this is what happened.
जय श्री प्रभुपाद। वेरी नाइसली सेड प्रभु जी, वेरी नाइसली सेड। प्रभु जी को बहुत सारे प्रश्न होते थे कि मैं जीवन क्यों जी रहा हूँ, मेरे जीवन का उद्देश्य क्या है, करना क्या है, व्हाट एक्चुअली आई वांट, मुझे चाहिए क्या है जीवन में, क्या चाहिए मुझे, क्या प्राप्त करना है। ये प्रभु जी को ये सारे प्रश्न आते थे, बचपन से इस तरह की कुछ बातें रहती थी, जिज्ञासा रहती थी, और इस तरह से जिज्ञासा होती थी, लेकिन कुछ उत्तर नहीं मिलता था। फिर प्रभु जी जो हैं प्रभुपाद जी की संगति में आए, और हाँ, और इस प्रकार से उदाहरण दे रहे प्रभु जी कि मैं एक अंधेरे में था, अंधकार में था, और प्रभुपाद जी से मिलना हुआ जैसे कि मैं सूर्य के प्रकाश में आ गया, मेरे जीवन में एक सूर्य आ गया। जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। So how you just first came in touch with Srila Prabhupada?
I came because I had to tell you the truth. It was I was forced. I was forced because I had no choice, really. When I came to Calcutta, I was very tired. And the first man I met in the morning after I reached Calcutta, I asked, where can I find some foreigners? And he said, go to the Hare Krishnas.
Go to Mayapur.
No,
sorry. Kolkata Hare Krishna Center.
Yes.
प्रभु जी बोल रहे हैं कि मैं जब कोलकाता पहुंचा तो मैं पूछ रहा था कि कहाँ मुझे कुछ फॉरेनर्स कहाँ मिलेंगे, किसके पास जा सकता हूँ, मुझे फॉरेनर्स के पास जाना है, हमारे कंट्री के लोगों के पास जाना है। तो प्रभु जी बता रहे हैं कि जैसे एक सुबह पहली सुबह सुबह ही उन्होंने किसी से जब पूछा तो उसने बताया गो टू हरे कृष्णा टेम्पल जाओ, वहां पर आपको ये फॉरेनर्स मिलेंगे।
So I went to the temple and I was very tired. I was at the end of the road, and if I did not join the temple, I didn't know where to go, left or right. So by Krishna's grace, I asked the devotees if I could join, and they were very kind to me, and they allowed me to stay. The next day morning, I shaved up. I shaved my head, and they gave me some dhotis and kurtas, and from that day on, my spiritual life began. And for the last 50 years now, though in life you can grow, we have to go through so many ups and downs, so many tests are there also that Krishna is giving us. But by Prabhupada's grace, I have always been in touch with the Lord, chanting my 16 rounds. And I can say today that by this chanting of the holy name, I know that Krishna exists. It's not a question of belief. It's not more I believe. Believe means that there may be a doubt. You have no knowledge, so you believe. But when you know that Krishna exists, when you know that the soul is eternal, when you know that you're not this body, and I experience that I'm not this body, I know that I'm not this body. Therefore, there is a strong determination in remaining Krishna conscious and carry on my activities with determination and happiness and enthusiasm. And I know I'm 70 years old. Any moment I may die. I'm at the end of the road. But I can tell you that I have a very peaceful sleep at night, though I know that I may not wake up tomorrow. But I'm not disturbed by that, because I know that Srila Prabhupada is my Gurudev, that Krishna is the Lord, and that I am eternal, and this body is nothing but a cloth, like a shirt that can be discarded at any moment. So there is no fear, there is no apprehension. This is the gift that Srila Prabhupada has given us, and we can all experience that, if that is what we want. And if we want to enjoy the senses, if we want to simply exploit the resources of material nature, then we have that choice also. If you want to become happy by material activities, that choice is also given to us. But we must know that in this material world, every action is accompanied by an equal and opposite reaction. That's all. When we act on the material platform, there must be a material reaction. And material reaction means that you must take another material body. We were discussing last night whether you are in the mode of goodness, passion, or ignorance. The material body must be supplied by material nature, because our materialistic people, they are simply on the material platform, trying to enjoy the resources of material nature, and therefore they must take again birth. For how long? It's up to us. The ball is in our court. We must take responsibility for ourselves that no, from this day on, I will go back home, back to Godhead. That resolve we must make. I will go back to Krishna. This lifetime, I'm giving it to Krishna.
यस प्रभु जी, थैंक यू सो मच। बहुत सुंदर बात बताई है प्रभु जी ने कि अभी मेरी 69 साल की उम्र हो गई है, हाँ, और आज मैं रात को सो जाऊं, कल सुबह नहीं उठूं, कोई भरोसा नहीं है, कभी भी मृत्यु आ सकती है। लेकिन मुझे विश्वास है कि प्रभुपाद जी के शरण में आने के बाद अब मैं भगवत धाम जाऊंगा, भगवान की भक्ति में संलग्न होऊंगा। पिछले 50 वर्षों से कृष्ण भावनामृत का अभ्यास कर रहा हूँ, और जब मैं वो कोलकाता मंदिर में फॉरेनर से मिलने के लिए गया था, तो एक दिन में ही मेरे को वहां पर जब मंदिर में गया तो बहुत अच्छा लगा, और फिर जैसा जैसा भक्त लोग बोलते गए वैसा वैसा मैं करवाता गया। उन्होंने मेरा हेड शेव कर दिया हाँ, बाल सिर मुंडन करवा दिया, और फिर धोती कुर्ता दे दिया, धोती कुर्ता पहन लिया, तिलक लगा लिया, जपमाला ले लिया, और प्रभु जी भक्त बन गए, और प्रभुपाद जी को गुरु रूप में स्वीकार करके अपना आध्यात्मिक जीवन शुरू किया। और अब पिछले 50 सालों से ये अभ्यास कर रहे हैं, और कृष्ण भक्ति का अभ्यास कर रहे हैं। प्रभु जी कह रहे हैं कि हमें डिसाइड करना होगा, हमें अपने डिसीजंस लेने होंगे, हमें डिटरमाइंड होना होगा, हमने पूरी तरह से फोकस होना होगा अपने कार्य के प्रति, अपनी भक्ति के प्रति, और तब हमें विश्वास होगा कि हम भगवत धाम जा सकते हैं, भगवान के कृष्ण के धाम गोलोक वृंदावन जा सकते हैं। यस प्रभु।
So determination, just like a businessman is very determined in making sure that his business grows. So he makes all arrangements, he investments, so that he can increase his bank account, increase his profits. So this is called determination. Now, that is his desire, and by his actions, he may or may not be able to come to that success. Sometimes he may fail, because material nature is also, it is not that because you want something you will get. It is not like that. You may act in so many ways. We've seen that so many people, they try very hard to enjoy. Everybody has the same opportunity, but some people become very successful, whereas other people fail. But in Krishna consciousness, there is no failure. This is the beauty of Krishna consciousness. There is no failure. Though we may so-called failure that we are not able to advance properly, still Krishna says, suppose you die and you have achieved 9. In the next life, you start from 10. So Krishna says that there is no loss. Nyabikrama nasosti pratyabhyayo na vidyate swalpam apiyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. Krishna says, Nyabikrama nasosti. Even a little,
very inspiring, very. Yes, Prabhu.
Huh?
Please, Prabhu. Sorry, disturb you.
Even a little service, whatever we can do. It is not that everybody is a paramahansa or everybody is a liberated soul. Whatever position we have, whatever. You're a housewife, very good. Take care of your husband. Take care of your children. Make sure your house is clean. Make sure that everything is spick and span. But chant the holy name. Doesn't matter. Offer some other deities in your home. Whatever you cook, offer it to Krishna. Offer it to the Lord. Understand that this food is supplied to you by Krishna. And therefore, out of respect, out of gratitude, I should offer what I'm cooking to the Lord, because it belongs to Him. The fire belongs to Him. The pots belongs to Him. The food belongs to Him. This body belongs to Him. So that is recognition. This is knowledge. This is understanding. This is reality. That we understand. We come to this platform that we become Krishna conscious by understanding that everything belongs to Krishna. I am simply a caretaker of his property. That's all. So I offer everything. Doesn't matter whether you're a businessman. It doesn't matter how much money you have. That is not the criteria. Even if a person has nothing, he has no money, still he can do his devotion in his mind, manasa puja. So Krishna is giving us all this facility. Pranay, Artar, Diyam Vacha. These are the 4 ways we can serve the Lord. Pranay, with our life. If a person is able to give his whole life, that is the best. Artai, if somebody is not able to give his whole life, but he can give some of his of the fruits of his work, whether it is money or property, whatever. And Pranay, Artar, Diya, we can give our intelligence. But even if you're not intelligent, if you're just a fool like me, you give your words, vacha. So to speak is very easy. You don't have to pay anything. You don't have to, even if you have no money, but if you simply repeat what you hear from your spiritual master. Just like today, what I heard from a spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada, I am speaking. So therefore, because I am able to do that, to offer my words for the service of the Lord, then you are hearing me. You are hearing me. Because actually by hearing me, you are hearing this, you are hearing Krishna. I am simply an instrument. Nimittam bhava savya sachim. Nimittam matram bhavam savya sachim. Krishna says to Arjuna, everything is already done. All the gurus are already dead. Simply become my nimitta, my instrument. So that's what we have to become, an instrument. So I pray that all of you already have so much fortune in your life. Accept this Krishna consciousness wholeheartedly and finish this business in this lifetime and become fully surrendered to Krishna and go back home, back to God. Hare Krishna.
Wonderful, very wonderful. Prabhuji, so nicely you have explained. Thank you so much. And you gave very nice examples. And you said about ki Krishna consciousness means there is no failure, there is no loss. Krishna himself has said in Bhagavad Gita ki neha vikram nasosti prativayo navadyate solpam apyasya dharmasya trayato mahato bhaya 2.40 that we are whatever we are practicing, you gave example of if you are done with 9%, next life you will start from the 9th, 10th%, and there is no loss. Whatever you gain, it will be there with you eternally. जो भी आपने प्राप्त किया है, जो भी भक्ति में आपने उन्नति की है, वो शाश्वत रूप से हमारे साथ में रहने वाली है. इसलिए कृष्ण भक्ति में किसी भी प्रकार का नुकसान है ही नहीं है. थोड़ा सा भी हरे कृष्ण करोगे, थोड़ा सा भी भक्ति करोगे, हमेशा हमेशा आगे ही बढ़ते रहोगे. इसमें पीछे आने की तो बात ही नहीं है. तो ये सब विशेष प्रभुपाद जी की कृपा है. और आज प्रभु जी जो कह रहे थे कि मैं जो कुछ भी बोल रहा हूँ वो प्रभुपाद जी ने बोला है, प्रभुपाद जी से सुना है, उसको मैं रिपीट कर रहा हूँ. तो हमें भी अपने जीवन में प्रभुपाद जी के अच्छे इंस्ट्रूमेंट बनना है. जैसा प्रभुपाद जी हमारे से प्रचार करवाना चाहते हैं वैसे हमें प्रचार करना सीखना है, वैसे अभ्यास करना सीखना है, वैसे हमें दृढ़ निश्चय होना है अपने भक्ति के अभ्यास में और गुरु महाराज की सेवा में. जैसे प्रभु जी बता रहे थे, हम सब लोग प्रभु जी का बहुत बहुत आभार प्रकट करते हैं. बहुत ही सुंदर शब्दों में, बहुत ही कन्विक्शन के साथ, बहुत ही क्या कह सकते हैं, कन्विक्शन को हिंदी में क्या कहेंगे, बहुत ही
दृढ़ निश्चय के साथ.
दृढ़ निश्चय तो कन्विक्शन नहीं होता. कन्विक्शन मीन्स ठीक है. तो प्रभु जी शिद्दत थोड़ा
योर फेथ एंड डिटर्मिनेशन.
हाँ माता जी वो ठीक है, इंग्लिश में ही हो गया ना. ठीक है. तो बहुत अच्छे से प्रभु जी ने हमें हाँ माता जी वो डिटर्मिनेशन होता है. कन्विक्शन बहुत ही कह सकते हैं जीवन में अनुभव के साथ हमें एक्सपीरियंस के साथ में प्रभु जी ने हमें समझाया है. हम उनके बहुत आभारी हैं. नाउ प्रभु दे कैन आस्क सम क्वेश्चंस.
यस प्रभु.
वन बाय वन यू कैन आस्क. जिनका कल नंबर नहीं आया था पहले वो आप पूछ सकते हैं. फिर बाद में अगर कोई और नहीं बचेंगे तो कल वाले लोग फिर से पूछ सकते हैं. शुरू करेंगे प्रश्न उत्तर का ये कार्यक्रम.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी.
हरे कृष्णा. हरे कृष्णा.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? No? आप सुन पा रहे हैं कोई?
Yes,
Yes, we are able
your
to
voice
hear.
is quite clear.
Ji Mataji, you are clear.
Okay. I just wanted to ask, like, if a devotee is meant to develop detachment, so how does one avoid becoming indifferent? You know, too much detachment can lead to like a lack of interest in other people's concerns or situations, or so how do you avoid that?
I don't know if you were there last night, but last night we discussed this. A very important point. It's a very important point because detachment does not mean neglect. Neglect is not Krishna consciousness. The example that I gave yesterday is that suppose you have a friend and he's going to the west or he's going somewhere and he allows you to use his house. He said that I'm going for some time and I want you to use my house. It's a beautiful place. So so he gives you the key of the house and you enter the house and you take care of the house, you enjoy the house. But because you know that the house is not yours and you know that he will be coming back within a certain time, so you don't become attached. Yes, you know you have to give it back. But because of your gratitude towards the friend of yours, you will take the house, you will take care of that house much better than if it was your own house. Because you can be casual with your own house, but you will not be casual with your friend's house because of your gratitude to him. So similarly, that is called detachment. Now, your children, your husband, your properties, they belong to Krishna. Yes or no? You have given birth to your children. But the process of birth, you have no understanding how it happened. How the soul enters the body, how the soul resides and develops within the womb, and how the food that you eat is transferred through the umbilical cord into the body of your child. All this machinery, all this system is totally foreign to you. You have no understanding how it happens. But it is happening because it is the Lord's energy. Similarly, your children, your body, your house, if you see them as your own property, then you become attached. You become attached. And that attachment is due to ignorance. But if you have that knowledge that this body belongs to Krishna, this material world, everything that is around me belongs to Krishna, though you may be attached to your wife, to your husband, to your children, to your property, you will see that in a different light. You will see it in the light of detachment. And because you recognize that this is Krishna's property, you will be much more attentive in taking care of your children, in taking care of your husband, in taking care of your properties, because you want to see that everything is properly managed. But it is managed in a spirit of detachment. That is the spirit of detachment. By seeing that whatever we have, it is not that you should not give affection to your children or affection to your husband or to your parents. No, but you see them in light of the reality that they are not your property, but they are the property of Krishna. Therefore, you will accept your duties in taking care of your children, in taking care of your husband, in taking care of your house, fully Krishna conscious. And though you may enjoy those properties, though you enjoy the association of your family members, because you know that you have to give them back to Krishna. Just like the car, the house that is being given to you by your friend, when he comes back, you don't tell him, oh, I'm very attached to your house, go and find yourself another house. Do you? No. Because you know it is his house. So you have developed, though you took care of the house, though you lived in that house, the moment you have to give up that house, you will have no attachment. That is what Krishna consciousness is. When it's time to leave this body, you will be free from that false understanding that everything belongs to me. And that is your freedom from entanglement in this material existence. Do you understand? Is that clear?
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. What? Yeah.
आप में से कोई सवाल और जवाब को हिंदी में अनुवाद कर सकता है संक्षिप्त में, जो प्रश्न पूछा गया और उसका अनुवाद हिंदी में कोई कर सकता है? अभी जो प्रश्न पूछा गया, किसी ने पूछा है कि हिंदी में और अनुवाद कर दीजिए, प्रश्न और उत्तर दोनों।
Krishna Govinda.
किसी का ठीक है? नहीं है? किसी और का प्रश्न था, किसी और का उत्तर था, मुझे क्या मतलब, ऐसा? हाँ,
I
यस,
think
ठीक है। किसी
everybody,
और का कोई प्रश्न हो तो पूछ लीजिए प्रभु जी से। एनीबडी एल्स?
everybody has understood everything.
या दे आर ऑल।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु।
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, I am in very precarious condition. I have realized the importance of Krishna consciousness when I am on the last stage, and I am not able to offer the Lord foods which I eat. So what I should do?
But I don't, Prabhu, can you explain? I'm not able
He is
to.
telling he is unwell and he should not say this thing that I am on my last stage of life. So I'm not able to offer food to the Lord or any seva to the Lord. Prabhu, he has some illness. He has very weak body, so he's most of the time on the bed. But still, he has heard a lot Srila Prabhupada. He has memorized many shlokas. So he has this query that what should I do? I am not able to serve or offer anything to the Lord.
Shravana, Kirtanam, Smarana, Vandanam. These are 9 processes. If somebody is not able to speak, then he can hear. If somebody is not able to hear, he can read. If somebody is not able to read, he can engage in some service. So there are processes. There are anyone. If you are in the difficult condition of life, simply hear Srila Prabhupada bhajan. I'm telling you, Prabhu, that simply by hearing Srila Prabhupada, I don't need any other proof. By hearing Prabhupada singing, I know Krishna is God. Because only a person who is deeply absorbed in love for Krishna can sing like Srila Prabhupada. So it doesn't matter. Suppose you are sick and you cannot speak. You hear. The hearing process is the last thing. Even the last function of the body before we leave this body, when we is the hearing process. The hearing process is the last function to go. So up to the moment of our leaving this body, our hearing is still very much open. Therefore, if we simply hear Srila Prabhupada, hear his lectures, hear his chanting, and if you're not able to speak, that's all right. I don't know about food because we all have to eat. And I'm sure, I don't know your situation, but I'm sure you're eating. So whoever cooks for you, maybe you're not able to cook, but whoever cooks for you, they can offer to Krishna. And you can take Krishna Prasad in whatever way, even if it's a tulsi leaf, it doesn't matter. Something, I don't know your serious condition, but I can understand that it is not difficult that we can take some prasadam, offer to the Lord. If you are able to speak, chant the holy name. If you are not able to speak, listen to Srila Prabhupada. In this way, become absorbed in one of the processes of Krishna consciousness. So
Yes,
Krishna consciousness is very flexible, it's very open, and so many opportunities are given to us. If one doesn't work, you accept the other. In this way, Krishna is giving us such a wonderful opportunity. He is so kind to us that no matter what condition of your life, you can always remember Krishna.
Thank you.
यस प्रभु जी, थैंक यू सो मच। तो शुभम प्रभु जी का प्रश्न था कि मेरा शरीर बहुत खराब है, बहुत सारी बीमारियां हैं, प्रॉब्लम है, और मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि मैं मेरे जीवन के अंतिम चरण में चल रहा हूँ, तो मैं तो भगवान को
Wait,
कुछ अर्पण भी नहीं कर पाता हूँ, तो मैं क्या करूँ? तो प्रभु जी ने बताया कि 9 तरह की भक्ति है, नवदा भक्ति, जो कल भी बताया था प्रभु जी ने। श्रवणम, कीर्तनम, स्मरणम, पाद सेवनम, अर्चनम, वंदनम, दास्यम, साख्यम, आत्म निवेदनम, जो कि कल भी बताया था प्रभु जी ने, यस्टरडे। सो प्रभु जी बोल रहे हैं कि एटलीस्ट 2 काम तो कर सकते हैं। वो क्या है? श्रवण और कीर्तन। कुछ भी आप कर लेंगे, प्रभुपाद जी का प्रवचन सुन लीजिए, सोते सोते सुन लीजिए, या अध्ययन कर लीजिए, या हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र का जप कर लीजिए। भोग लगा पा रहे नहीं लगा पा रहे, लेकिन आप एटलीस्ट ये 2 काम कर सकते हैं। बाकी भोजन खाना ही होता है, तो घर वालों को निवेदन कर सकते हैं कि एटलीस्ट आप भोग लगाए। और ऐसा प्रभु जी का निवेदन है कि प्रभुपाद जी की पूरी कृपा होगी।
Hare Krishna. Any other questions?
Prabhuji,
जी,
I
अभी
would
कोई?
like to translate Rima Mataji's question in Hindi. Since I'm out, I didn't try to do that if anyone else is doing. But if nobody is there, I can translate it in Hindi. And explanation of Prabhuji also, I can translate in Hindi.
कीजिए कीजिए माता जी, आगे बढ़ते हैं जल्दी से। नेक्स्ट, आप कीजिए
प्रभुजी,
ट्रांसलेट।
रीमा माता जी ने क्वेश्चन किया था कि आसक्ति से कैसे बचे। तो प्रभु जी ने ऐसे समझाया कि आसक्ति को उन्होंने एग्जाम्पल के देके समझाया कि किसी कोई अगर आपका दोस्त बाहर जा रहा है, अपना घर आपको थोड़े दिन के लिए रहने के लिए देके जा रहा है, तो आप उसके घर को अपना नहीं समझ लेंगे, आप उसके घर को उसका समझ के ज्यादा ध्यान रख के उसका घर यूज करेंगे। तो वैसे ही हम अगर ये शरीर में आ रहे हैं, तो हम उसका अपना समझ के नहीं, वो हमें छोड़ना ही है कि उसी तरह अपने पति या अपने पत्नी या अपने बाल बच्चों को भी हमें एक दिन छोड़ना ही है, तो उसमें आसक्ति नहीं रखनी है, ऐसे प्रभु जी ने समझाया था। ये थोड़ा शॉर्ट में मैंने बताया, लेकिन उनका कहने का सार यही। हरे कृष्ण।
धन्यवाद माता जी।
वेलकम प्रभु जी। हरे कृष्ण।
Yes. Yes, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण। यस प्रभु जी।
The translation of that question.
या डन, दैट इज।
Oh, answer already given.
यस, आई थिंक यस।
Sorry,
Sorry.
Prabhuji, I had to cut it short because I'm somewhere out and my voice will be with other noise also in the background. So I cut short your answer, but I explained in the short message that what you wanted to say in the answer.
She was translating my question into Hindi.
Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
यस, किसी और का कोई प्रश्न है तो पूछो ना। पूर्विका जी हरे कृष्ण बोला, आगे भी
हाँ
बढ़ाओ।
प्रभु जी, मेरे घर में यज्ञ खाने के लिए फोर्स करते हैं ड्यू टू माय बॉडी वीकनेस। डॉक्टर ने सजेस्ट किया है। अब मैं यज्ञ 1 मंथ के लिए छोड़े तो बहुत कुछ हेल्थ प्रॉब्लम होगी, क्या करूं प्रभु जी?
Prabhuji, she is asking, she has health problem and the doctor is forcing her to eat egg, and his
My
family
own.
member wants her to eat egg. So from past 1 month she has tried to avoid it, and she is feeling weak now. Right, Purvika ji?
The purpose of egg. Egg means
प्रभु
protein.
जी, actually past 3 months I have left there, but due to my weakness I'm again started to eat from 2 months or 3 months.
You don't have to eat eggs. You can eat so many other things. You can eat chola. You can eat paneer. You can eat soya chunks, soya beans. These are all people. The doctor is giving you eggs because they contain such a high protein. Because
Yes,
egg means, what is egg? Eggs is unfertilized. What is unfertilized, it becomes the egg that people eat. So the point is that in order to create life, there is so much protein in that egg. So you need proteins. So proteins are very much available in dal. Dal is full of proteins. So many milk is full of protein. You don't need any of that stuff. You don't need any of that. The doctor is also himself in ignorance. They don't know these things. They think that by giving eggs, you don't need eggs. For the last 50 years, I've not touched egg. There is no need of eggs. If you want protein, you take nice milk, you take dal, you take you eat soya beans, you eat rajma. These are all source of protein. You don't need all that.
But
You tell me.
Prabhuji, but my family members, I can't convince Prabhuji.
But they cannot force the egg down your throat, is it?
Yes, Prabhuji.
She is a small girl, and so they are forcing her to eat for her health.
Forcing means what? They open their mouth and force the egg to go down? If
No,
she's
Prabhuji.
determined, she'll spit it out. When Srila Prabhupada was a young boy, he was also sick, and the doctor said that you should eat chicken soup. But Prabhupada did not touch the chicken soup. He said, let me die, but I won't touch chicken soup. Nobody can force you. If they put egg in your mouth, you spit it out. They can do it once or twice or thrice, and then after that, they won't do it anymore. It's your determination. Eggs can be easily substituted, but Krishna consciousness cannot be substituted. Egg is actually a very filthy product coming out of the body of a chicken. It's not something something that we want to eat. Yes or not, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes,
Mataji.
last 1 or 2 questions, please. Otherwise, we'll continue with chanting. Last 1 or 2 questions. Anybody can ask.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Devotees can be repeated.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Prabhuji, what one thing that is strike in your mind to become determined for Krishna consciousness? Just want to answer. Hare Krishna.
What is that? What is?
What one thing that make you to determine for Krishna consciousness is for lifelong?
Called sadhu sangha. Sadhu sangha. Sadhu sangha. Sadhu sangha. Sarva sastra koi. Lava matra sadhu sangha. Sarva siddhi hoy. You must associate with the devotees. That is what you get your strength from. The association of the devotees, the service to the devotees, chanting the holy name in the association of devotees, engage in devotional service in the association of devotees. This is what gives us the strength. Just like you see, there are so many people, they have the same goals. Just like you have so many clubs, the golf club, the tennis club. People go there and they associate with each other, and by associating with each other, they become more. They become eager to engage in that particular sport. So that's we have to associate with those who are like-minded, who are also on the path of bhakti marg and Krishna consciousness. Then that determination, utsahan nishcharat dharyat tat tat karma pravartanat sangatyaga tato vritte. Utsahan, that enthusiasm comes. That is the quality of the devotee. That he is enthusiastic. Why is he enthusiastic? Because he knows that I am becoming cured of my material disease. Utsahan nishcharyat dharyat tat tat karma pravartana. Sangatyaga sato vritte. Sabdir bhaktir prasiddhati. Prasiddhati, that happiness, that satisfaction. Sangatyaga, satsanga tyaga. You, by giving up by giving up all those activities which are against the principle of Krishna consciousness, and by accepting all those activities which are enhancing our Krishna consciousness. That is how we become determined in the, by associating with the devotees. If we engage in those activities that are conducive to our Krishna consciousness, and always discussing about Krishna. So this is how we become enthusiastic. This is how we become determined. So it is abhyasa yoga yuktena chetasa nanyagamina. Krishna said abhyasa yoga. This is the abhyasa. Abhyasa means practice. Practice. Whatever we want to be perfect on, we must practice. A musician, he must practice. Musician, they practice playing for hours and hours every day before they become very expert. See, in all activities, we must practice. So Krishna consciousness, we must practice in the association of the devotees, and gradually we become satisfied, we become enthusiastic, we become determined, and we become fully aware that this is the path, scientific path given by the Lord, and susukam kartum abhyayam, and it leads to true happiness. Is that clear?
Thank you, Prabhuji. It is not a one-day process. Na, Prabhu, it might take some time to being determined, or it can be a one-day process for some devotee. It is possible.
Not everybody is on the same platform. Everything takes time. Some people may take longer, some people may take less time. But time takes. Just like if you are, suppose you're just getting married for a woman. Every woman who gets married, they want a child. But at least they have to wait for 9 months. They have to be patient for 9 months, no? You cannot get a child immediately after your marriage. You have at least to wait for 9 months. So that patience must be there. So similarly, just like if the person comes to Krishna consciousness, he may not. It's not expected that he will immediately come to the platform of perfection. It takes time. It takes time. So we must be patient. We must execute our devotional service with patience and determination in the association of the devotees. And studying the scriptures, chanting the holy name, this is where the determination comes. Taking only Krishna Prasad, avoiding association of the materialistic people. So this is the process. This is the process. Avoiding talking, prajalpa, talking unnecessarily. There are so many varieties of activities which will strengthen our determination. So it all depends on us. Understand?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Dandavat.
So, anything else?
Yeah, so I think we can continue with chanting, or anybody has question, they can ask, please. Last question.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. So I had a question that from one life to another, you carry your karma bank is carried forward. And similarly, your soul is learning. Each time we are learning. So when we are learning, is it that the soul is also maturing, that we are maturing, and with each birth we are more intelligent and more aware about Krishna from our previous lives? So, still we commit mistakes, still we do something which is hampering our Krishna consciousness, or maybe we are not even aware in any one of the lives about Krishna in the beginning, and then we get in contact with the devotees and we get to know about that. So, how do we understand and whatever we are reading, whatever we are hearing, but translating it into our actions so that we are a better candidate for the Ahetuki Kripa of Krishna? And because without Lord's mercy, we will not be able to reach to the final back to Godhead goal. So how can we be a better candidate for that, even though we are committing a lot of mistakes?
Your question is similar to her question, and
I kind of stopped after hearing the answer, but then maybe.
Yes, yes. Actually, the process is very simple. It is a question of the process is that we first hear from Krishna, from the devotees. Then, after hearing, we develop some faith. Now, once we develop some faith, then we want to associate with the devotees. Then, once we associate with devotees, we become accustomed to follow the regulative principles of Krishna consciousness. That is called sadhana bhakti. That means getting up in the morning early, chant 16 rounds, follow the regulative principles. These are all very foundational activities of the devotees that they cannot be neglected. So we have to be very careful in this execution of this sadhana bhakti. Then the next stage is anartha vritti. Anartha vritti means to give up all that is superfluous, all that is unnecessary to our life. All our material desires. We have so many material desires, which are stumbling blocks. So this anartha vritti is the next stage. From the anartha vritti comes nishta. Nishta means you become fixed. You become fixed. But in order to become fixed, you have to give up all our material attachments. So this is a process which may take some lifetimes. This may, as a process, it all depends how strong are our material attachments. Again, I'll give you the example yesterday of the magnets. The positive and the negative are both attracting, yes or no? Now it depends how close you are to the positive or how close you are to the negative. Your attraction becomes stronger. So anartha vritti means that by cutting down gradually all our material attachments, you come off the influence of the negative and you come into the influence of the positive. Do you understand? So the magnets are situated on both sides and you are in between. You on one side, you have material nature. You have material attachments, which are unlimited. Dushparena nalinacha. It burns like fire and is never satisfied. That is lust. Material attachments means lust. And Krishna consciousness means love. You are situated in between. Now, your material desires brings you closer to Maya. And your giving up those material desires brings you close to Krishna. So it's a very, very powerful analogy that I would like to give because it's very important. So anartha vritti. From anartha vritti, then we come to the stage of you become fixed. Fixed means unshakable. No matter what. No matter what. Money, positions, influence, whatever in this material world is thrown at you, you know, this is not what I want. I'm not interested in. You lose interest totally. And from there you come to the stage of ruchi. Ruchi means taste. Once you start tasting, then you become more and more determined. So from ruchi what comes? Ashakti. Ashakti means attachment. Now you're no longer under the influence of Maya. That attraction is no longer felt. You understand? Now your attachment is to the positive, Krishna. And because you are attached to Krishna, then you are already moved out of the material condition of existence. And then it comes to the stage of bhava, which is the preliminary stage of Krishna prema. Once you are in the stage of Krishna prema, practically in the stage of bhava, you're already liberated from the material condition of existence. So this is a great science. It all depends on where you are and your determination. You know yourself. You know your attachments. You know what is right and wrong. Now you have to act. Your chariot, your horses, you are the driver. You can direct them anytime, anywhere you want. The chariot doesn't move by itself. If you want to go to a nightclub, then you can steer the chariot to the nightclub. If you want to go to the temple, it's up to you. You are the driver. You can tell where to go. So this is the beauty. This is the science of Krishna consciousness. It is a science. It is not sentimental. It is based on very solid knowledge. So you have to know. You must know. You know yourself, and don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged, because we may have fall down, just like a man who is not taking medicine properly. He may again fall into a relapse of the disease. So we are in a disease condition of existence. And Krishna is saying, take the medicine. But if we neglect to take the medicine and the diet, both medicine and diet, the medicine is the Harinam and the diet is Krishna Prasadam. So keep taking the medicine every day and keep taking the diet. And gradually you will feel the difference. It takes some time. We must remain strong and determined. And Krishna does the rest. It is said that if you take one step towards Krishna, Krishna takes 10 steps towards you. Is that clear? Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Now we all will chant together one round of Hare Krishna Mahamantra on this auspicious month of Kartik. Thank you so much for blessing all of us. Once again, deepest regard for your nice clarification on all the topics. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you very much for your kindness, for your time, and that you are engaging me in some service.
Prabhu, please don't say all this, please, Prabhu.
No.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Now you chant, and I have some work to do.
Yes, Prabhu, we all will chant. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
To all of you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat
Krishna
Pranam.
Prabhuji Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna,
Prabhuji
Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Prabhuji Dandavat Pranam. Prabhuji.
Krishna, Prabhuji,
Hare
Dandavat
Krishna,
Pranam.
Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare
Nepal.
Krishna. Yes, Mataji,
Hare
can I
Krishna,
Pranita
Prabhuji,
Tandon
Hare
Mataji, Mala karaiye sabko.
मैं कर रहा हूँ प्रभु जी